Alright, so welcome to our second video here on the channel. Today's video is going to be the first edition of our 12 and 12 series, which is basically a replica of the NHL 31 and 31 series, but with our own little twist on it. But yeah, we're basically just going to be going through each of the teams in the league and what they have, what they don't have, and where we think they might end up near the end of the year. So yeah, we're going to start out with Syndicated. What are your thoughts?
Oh boy, Ottawa. This kind of looks like a downgrade for you guys from last season. I mean, bringing in Gonzo and also keeping Noel is not bad. V1 still at the helm of this team, but when I look down at like the rest of the roster that you guys drafted, it does not compete with the team last season that you guys drafted. You guys lost Adam to Chicago. You guys lost also Cold to Chicago. You lost Jetpack to Philly, who's now, I believe, on Edmonton. And then you guys also lost Top Shelf Sniper round one to Chicago as well. But, Mark, what do you think that this team is doing well with the roster that they have?
Something I think they did well was picking up Snowy. Last season with Chicago, Snowy was one of the main reasons of their success, but he was forced to go in net because Englander was doing very awkward. So, but now that they have a good goalie in Noel, Snowy's going to be able to play on the ice. I'm assuming all season, unless Noel doesn't show a game or two. But Snowy is definitely going to be a big part of their offense. If Amir shows also same there, that's pretty deadly duo up top. Not as deadly as Adam, Top Shelf, and Cold, but it's not any worse. Their picks after I'd say if Vexen shows, so Viksa and forward, very very sus picks from Ottawa. I didn't expect them at all. Doesn't look like any of those will be showing. Melville definitely won't be playing. He was just riding the bench on Minnesota last season also. So I don't know. This team definitely a playoff team. I'm thinking they already have trades that they're trying to complete. Probably some already being voted on. But they V1 definitely won't keep this roster the same as it is, in my opinion.
So, with that said, I do see Ottawa making playoffs. I don't know, specifically where. Maybe probably about mid-pack with this roster. Obviously, they're going to make some upgrades. But Eric, where do you see them in your mind?
Honestly, I see Ottawa being top three this year. Personally, just knowing the nature of a Yikod owned team, they always seem to by the trade deadline when teams start to fall apart. You know basically who's in, who's out, except for maybe the last eighth seed, maybe seventh seed if it's a competitive season, and that's when they shine in the trade market because they always seem to get their guys back every single year, no matter what happens. Where we saw last season, where the Yikos tried to split into three teams and they condensed into one larger one, and they were just unstoppable to beat. So I think that with this current roster, they would finish maybe third or fourth, but with the additions that they are known for making, like for example, Jetpack, that's probably gonna be their number one target if he's not locked on whichever team. You said he was drafted by Philly, but he might have been at Edmonton. Honestly, I think they're gonna try and get their guys as fast as they can before the season starts. But if not, they'll wait till the trade deadline like they always do and get their guys. So between Ottawa and Chicago, I think it'll be a nice competition for who gets who. But I see this team finishing in top three when it's all said and done.
So that's the opinions of our Ottawa Senators. I honestly think that it's a good roster to compete with this season. We'll definitely have to see how they play out on the ice, and we wish them the best of luck this season.